In this video, I'm going to show you how to find laundry government contracts. Laundry government contracts are easy to get government contracts. So if you have a laundry business or you're a middleman government contracting business, you definitely should consider looking into those. There's an abundance of them, and as I said, they're considered easier to get. So let's get into it. First, you want to go to sam.gov and you want to click on search. Once you're here, you want to click on select domains and choose contract opportunities. And then you can come here and use keyword search and type laundry, for example. But I recommend against doing this because sometimes the contracts could be for laundry, but they're not explicitly mentioned in the title, so you miss out on those. It's good to filter by this and it makes it easier, but I'm going to show you a different way to do it that's more comprehensive, and you make sure you're not missing any of the laundry contracts available. So for now, we're going to keep it, but you could remove this. I'll show you a better way to do it, as I said. If you know exactly a federal organization, like for example NASA, the US Army, and so on, if you know they have an openings for laundry government contracts, you could type their name. But in most cases, you're not going to know. So let's just keep going. For dates, you can set the response deadline. So this, when they expect you to submit a bid for this proposal, that's the deadline. So if you want to give yourself some time, you might want to say next 3 days or next week, just so you can get a time to understand the opportunity and submit a proposal for it. But for now, we're just going to keep it anytime. We want to keep our options open. And then for notice type, this one is an important one. What you want to choose is sources sought, pre-solicitation, solicitation, compliance synopsis, and solicitation. With this, you're making sure that you're not viewing contracts that have been awarded. So it's with these, you're only going to view opportunities in the future, things that are open right now. So for products and services, what you want to filter by, instead of like I showed you, typing down laundry. So let's just delete this for now. You want to choose the NAICS code for laundry services, which is 8123. As you can see, it's dry cleaning and laundry services. So once you click on that, you're going to get more contracts specifically for this niche. So you're not going to get something that's not laundry, and you're making sure that you're getting all of them, not just ones that have laundry in the title. So this is an important point. And finally, another important filter you want to filter by, which is the set aside code. I think most laundry contracts would probably be for small businesses. So you would, if you are a small business, you want to choose these. So this one, for example, is total small businesses set aside. There's one for women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, and so on. So if you are part of these groups, a small business, a women-owned business, even if you're a veteran-owned business, make sure to choose these because your odds of winning these contracts, they're higher because they specifically want to work with a company like yours. Finally, place of performance. If you operate in a specific state, zip code is a bit too specific. I wouldn't go with zip code, but state, if you operate in a specific state, you could choose your state and be on the lookout for those. If not, if you're a middleman business and you want to find companies that could do the laundry service for you, then just leave your options open. That's it for sam.gov. There's a better way of doing government contracting search. As I showed you here, you might miss out on these, and it might be a bit complicated to understand these contracts and write proposals for them. So what I'm going to show you right now is an app called samsearch.co. What it does, it makes searching and finding government contracts extremely easy. So I could just type in English whatever I want here, laundry service, and then it would find all government contracts related to this, even if they don't explicitly say, for example, laundry or dry clean. It understands from the context. And then for each one of these, you get a summary, as you can see here. So for example, if we read this one, the Department of Defense is seeking bids for laundry and dry cleaning services. It gives you the NAICS code. It's for small businesses, which is good. And then here they specifically say what they want, the services required. So they want dry cleaning services for government-owned items. So the bidders are responsible for drop-off and pick-up items at designated locations. So this sounds like a good one. You can click on it, and then you can come here, see all these attachments. What you can do is, instead of going through all of this, you could just click on chat, and you could ask a question like, what are the key requirements. So now it's going through the description, going through all the attachments, and it's pulling out the requirements. So now we can read that their background checks, so contractors must ensure that all personnel are vetted. The offers have to be evaluated on technical capabilities, compliance with laws and regulations. So it lists out all the requirements. There's a taxpayer identification code. So let's say, what's the deadline, for example, or what are the deadlines? So there's a submission deadline on October 3rd. And then the period of performance, it listed that it's 30-day phase and period from November 1st all the way through October 31st, 2029. So this is a perfect contract. You're getting a 5-year contract with the government, which is a really good client to have. One, for name, and two, they really pay well and they trust it. You know you're going to get your money at a specific time, and they pay very well. So now let's say, what are the evaluation criteria? We want to know what businesses get evaluated based on. So it's important to have past performances. So we want to make sure we include that in the proposal. And then the pricing is important. So we have to include that in our proposal. And then technical capability, we want to tell them how our business is capable of doing this for them. So I think now we're ready to make a bid on this. So with a click of a button, we can generate an outline and then a proposal. So what I did now, I filled up my business profile, which is a description of my business. And now I'm gonna use this feature to generate an outline and a proposal. And what it's doing, it's taking all the information in my company profile and the opportunity we're currently bidding for. It's gonna make an outline, and then that outline is gonna be a proposal. So now all you have to do is wait, and it's gonna do that for you. Okay, so now we have an outline, and we want to go over it quickly to make sure that we want to write the things and cover the things that we care about. So we see that we have a cost proposal, pricing breakdown, which is important. We have past performances and references, which is important. We saw in the chat how important they cared about these two things. Compliance, also, they mentioned that you have to have some staffing and safety. So what we do right now is you could edit this one by one. So if you want to change, for example, the summary, what things you want to write about, you can come and change these one by one. If you think, for example, you only need one page for the summary, or you don't need an introduction, you can come here and delete it. So it makes it super easy, but make sure you actually go through this because this is the plan for the proposal. So if you spend even a bit of time on this, it's going to make editing the proposal a lot easier. So let's go ahead and generate a proposal for this. And now 90% of your job is done. I showed you in a few minutes, we went from finding the opportunity. Now it's going to write the proposal for you. Once it's done writing the proposal, there's a chat feature here that's going to help us edit the proposal as we go through it. And I'm going to show you exactly how once it's done generating. Okay, so now that it's done generating the proposal, as we can see here, we want to go over it and make sure that all the parts we have are according to what we want, so we can make minor modifications to it and make sure it's ready and it correctly reflects what we want to submit to the agency. So for example, in the cost proposal here in the pricing breakdown, you want to make sure that these prices align with what your business wants to submit. And then, for example, let's say we want so here in past performances, we want to say, maybe add more details to this one. So all we have to do here is come here and say, add more details to this after you highlight it. So now it's pulling from our profile and talks about exactly, giving more details about this particular point. Let's say we want to make something short. We could just come here and do the exact same thing. We just have to highlight it, and then it would be able to modify it for us. So we could come back here, for example, to the part with the past performances and update that to have more details as we asked it to do. Um, so this makes it extremely easy to actually go through this, understand the government contract, apply, make a proposal, and be ready to submit. I hope this was helpful. You can get a 7-day free trial for samsearch.co. It's by far the easiest government contracting software. So make sure to check it out. Get a 7-day free trial. Link in the description. And thank you so much.